Attention. Welcome to the Pathfinder Guru podcast, and thank you very, very much for joining us. And I hope that you are still doing safe. You are still pushing the ministry. You are still ensuring that when all is said and done, all honor and glory may go to Him who is able to keep us from falling. Today, we are going to talk about club finances, how to maintain our club finances, how to ensure that we have a steadily income in our respective clubs so that when all is in place, they can be a continuation, they can be a well-equipped and secure ministry. There was a guy that I know. That person was very intelligent. He was a problem solver. He was a person that whenever there is a challenge, he ensured that everything was solved. At home, at work, he was great at coming up with ideas, coming up with new ways of tackling issues. But when it came to the ministry, he became an idiot. Yes, idiot. It's a word. Whereby he always complained more than ever. He complained about not finding funding in the club and all those kind of complaints. But when he had similar problems in his household, in his workplace, in his small businesses that he had, he always came up with a solution around it. And I sat down and wondered that why we as directors, when it comes to personal things, we are quick to come with solutions and problems and stay focused and persevere. But when it comes to things of God, we tend to think that there's something that needs to be done. Always complaining, always suggesting, always trying to create problems where there are already problems, where it is your duty to come with solutions and ways around it. We are too quick to lose hope in our children and the clubs, but we do not do so in things that we want in our personal lives. We want to renovate our houses. We want to buy that new car. We want to get married just to push it. But when it comes to God's things, we tend to complain, we tend to wonder, we tend to give up easily. And I'm wondering, why is that? Why do we give up easily? Why do we lose hope? I want us to understand the importance of finances in the club ministry. And I wanted to create it in this story so that we are able to understand that it is possible to come up with solutions around this. Because in our day-to-day life, everywhere we go, whether it's at home, it's at work, it's at church, it's your friends, it's that trip you want to go, it's that vacation, is that each and everything revolves around finances. And once you complain about finances, it shows that you are not willing to become a problem solver. You are not willing to persevere and say, I am planning this event. I am planning my yearly program. I may not have the budget for this program, or I only have 10% of the funds that I need for this event. But I know that I will raise this money to ensure that this program is running, to ensure that children have uniform, to ensure that everything is running smoothly in this ministry. Now, how can you find funding? Number one, you can find the funding from your annual membership fees, whereby every year as a club, members who are part of the club and members that want to join the club can take out a certain fee. And once they take out that certain fee, it can assist in that. But you should not have an exaggerated amount of money and you expect children to pay it. Hence, it is better to understand your club so that when you take out those membership fees, things become easy because everyone can pay. Ensure that in everything that you do, the club and the church board are synced and are linked to each other. Because once the church board knows that there is a certain membership fee and it is approved by them, it means they support it. And once they support it, it will be passed on very easily to the congregation. Secondly, you can find funding from church subsidy. Remember, I spoke about having a plan. Even if you do not know where you're going to find the funding, but always have a plan. Because once you do not have a plan, how can you be subsidized on a budget and estimates that you do not have? But once you have a plan that I'm going to have such and such of a program this year, it will require this amount of money, the church can say, no, we will give you 30% of that money. We'll give you all of it for the default programs. And to those of you who do not know what do I mean when I say when I say default programs, I mean programs that happen on an annual basis. Every year it's happening, non-negotiable. We know that we're having Well Paternity. We know we're having induction and invest teacher. We know that we need books. We need everything. So those programs are default. And the church can say, no, we are giving you this amount of money for this program. Because that's what we know is happening. And we saw the results on previous years that, no, this is very much important that we have. Thirdly, we can find funding from church offerings. After that program, after that Well Pathfinder Day, those offerings can be used to assist in that, in special projects that we have, initiatives that we want to push. That's where that funding can assist. Fourthly, from church members. If you do not promote things in a well-organized way, you won't find support from the church members, because church members support things which they understand. But if you are not promoting the ministry correctly, if you're not promoting the events, the programs that you are having as a club, then it becomes difficult to find funding. I remember I visited a club whereby parents, young people who are working, volunteered to assist in children going to camp. I saw young ladies, young men in the ministry who are working to say, no, I'll support this child to go to camp. I'll support this child by buying his or her uniform, because they were involved. The church members are part of it. I can even extend it and push it to say, even in the community, if you need funding from the community, you have to promote it in a way that is proper. Fifth, special projects and fundraising campaigns. That's where you can raise your money. But now, if you are running a fundraiser campaign, you are saying we are raising funds. The question is, what amount do you need? Because you cannot have a fundraising if you do not know where or how much you need. So it is very much important to take note that you have to have those things in place. When you go to the community and you see that counselor, what's happening? Council, we are having this program. We want to raise funds for the youth, and we are collaborating with this and this company to ensure that we are cleaning up the park. So we require funds from your office. Then you are able to receive funds because you are working in a well-organized manner. Money is everywhere. Finance should not be a problem that your club is not running. If in 2023 you are having problems with running a club because of finances, there is a problem. Because once you organize yourself in a well-mannered way, you are able to find funding. I said finding, but fund. It becomes much more easier. And once you pray to God to say, Dear Heavenly Father, here's my program. I don't know where I'm going to get the funding, but I trust in you that I will get the funding and I will be able to get the funding. May the good Lord bless us as we try to solve things in our ministry, as we try to push and ensure that everything is running smoothly. But for now, you are dismissed.